Hey, what up, y'all? Yo, life is crazy. Or let me rephrase. Life is wild. It can be a little aggressive. It can be relaxed. It can be perfect. It can be your finest companion. Or it can feel like your greatest enemy. Life can be whatever it is that you have decided for it to be. But in this crazy, wild universe that we are all part of, there are things that go on behind the scenes. Nothing is ever as simple as it seems. You let's say for example, you want something to drink, right? In this modern world, we live in a society that is completely immersed in convenience. Yo, you're thirsty? Take a couple of steps over, get something from the fridge. Back in the day, it wasn't really like that. If your thirst became a big deal, you'd have to go to the local river, maybe get a bucket. I don't know. I don't remember. But my point is, we live in a world with so many conveniences that we can go from origin of desire to fulfillment of desire in moments. In moments. Even with our phone, there's a desire of information, Google, acquiring of information. Everything is just so rapid. And in this rapid fire, quick pace world, we think just because this is what we see, but we think it's simply step one, step done. That was simple. But you know that when you have to put a little bit more work into something, you realize that 2 steps, for the most part, for somebody who's really trying to build, really trying to create something, if you only got 2 steps to your plan, it's more than likely start, give up. Because everything is more than 2 steps. Like, the majority. But like I said, we live in a convenience culture in which, we may have amnesia after something that takes 3 or 4 steps. But it's always a good reminder to remember that there are lots of steps involved with the things that we do, And I say that just to kind of put some perspective on it. You guys are amazing. I would never, ever, ever want to talk down to anybody. But I just want to remind everybody about all the invisible steps that take place. Let's say you and me are chilling, right? We're having the time of our lives. It's just a wonderful evening together. And let's say there's something that you want. Deep down inside of you, an urge, a desire sparks up, and you're like, yo, bro, I need to go and play some cards right now. I'm dying for this. Let's go. Let's play these cards. Well, fortunately for you, you probably have cards in the house. Boom, step one, step done. Okay. You don't have to make these cards. At most, you'd probably have to go out and buy these cards. Okay, fine. We can add more steps until we can reveal them all. But what I'm trying to remind you guys is, in these invisible steps, let me paint for you an alternate reality that is not far-fetched from our present reality, as well as a reality from our past. But let's say, same urge, same moment, Friday night, having fun, everything's wonderful. You're like, yo, bro, I want to play some cards. Let's get these cards going. And you're like, hell yeah, man, let's go. And you go to play the cards, and in the invisible steps that are not consciously being even accepted, let's say that these cards were made in a slave house, and that slaves put together these cards for you. Slaves, I'm talking about free labor. I'm talking about beat. I'm talking about mistreated. I'm talking about removing the human from anything humane that can be done to these people. But you don't see it. You're just playing cards. You're having a good night. You're drinking with your buddy. You're feeling great. And you just want to extend the feeling into a game of cards, man. You and your boy been playing cards forever, man. This shit goes way back. You're not just playing cards. You're enjoying your friend and you're reliving memories because y'all been playing cards since like high school. Y'all old now, man. So there is all of this emotion, all this invisible emotion that is guiding you, that is directing you, that is just taking place. And behind it, invisibly, you're encouraging slavery. And you're not just encouraging it like, hey, slave master, good job. I'm talking about you paying the slave master. that's a little bit different. You know, once these invisible things start to kind of be in your face a little bit, you might feel differently. And now when you think to play cards, you might be like, you know what, really, I just want to bond with my boy, man. We could do something else. We could reminisce about how it was back then. I could be like, yo, remember that first card game when we played, when we met? And that's it. You're looking for a feeling. That's what it is. It's a feeling. And a lot of the times we don't realize that, you know, we externalize our feelings into everything. All we're trying to do is we're playing a feeling. You're hungry? You're just trying to eat a feeling. Yo, you see that new commercial? Yo, you trying to get a sale on them feelings. And that's really what it boils down to. But once you try and get yourself in check and just try to, all you need to do is just try to consciously be aware of what's going on. And when they happen, instead of going into autopilot, be like, all right, why is this happening? All right, you know what? I can't lie, man. When it comes to food, I've reduced a lot of the stuff I normally have. But I'll still get a craving. Don't get me wrong. I will still get a craving. But why am I craving that? Other than its deliciousness? The truth is because I want to treat myself like I'm special. I want to do something nice for myself. I want to take me out to a place where I know I'm gonna love. And I'm trying to feel these feelings in these chompings and all of this stuff. But really, it's just unconscious emotion manifesting itself in various activities, actions. Some programs might take them over. You know, we have a lot of programming that we have to deprogram, detox from, etc., etc. But my point is, if I told you that every time you went to go play a card game, something that you are not a bad person for wanting to play cards, bro. You're trying to enjoy the company of your homie, doing something that is playful, that you'll both enjoy, trying to extend the emotion of love in the air to the table, to the memories, to the world. You're not doing anything hurtful with your intentions. But if you are playing cards, and this pack of cards that you bought was made down in a slave house that is just shitting all over people, then you got to take a moment and be like, woof, okay, what am I doing here? You thought you were enjoying yourself. Turns out all the joy that you're pouring into you and your friend and your night is really getting converted into trauma to somebody else. Yo, there's sometimes that we invest into joy and we can produce more joy. But there are times where we will invest joy into something and it will produce the opposite effect because we're unconscious about what we're actually doing. Once you're conscious of everything, you know, yo, listen, I remember regrets, by the way, which I try not to have. But I remember being with my daughter, talking to her when she was young, man, like 7. And be like, vegans, I love bacon. I ain't giving up bacon for nothing. Yeah, Daddy, I love bacon. And we did. And she does. And all we were trying to do was enjoy ourselves in a food, in the cooking and bonding, in this joyful experience. But this joyful experience is on the foundation of horror and everything opposite of what I'm trying to create. Yo, someone has invested the beauty of life and converted the beauty of life into the horrors of torture. And then I've traded that investment for a fun time with my kid. And it's exactly what I'm talking about from first step 1 and then step done. And we ignore all that middle stuff. But yo, they stomp these pigs, bro. They burn these pigs alive, yo, thousands at a time. Like, there's a lot of craziness that goes on. And once you're aware of that, once that is in your consciousness, yo, as great as bacon was, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm a vegan, bacon blows, fuck bacon. I can say that with my mind because I know the process. I'm talking about the steps of bacon, but I know the taste. I remember the taste. But now, instead of remembering the taste, I remember I remember how I felt having to watch those videos. Yo, an entire dumpster of pigs alive, set ablaze and squealing. Squealing. And yo, I've known this from before I was vegan. But if you die from being burnt, it's not like the fire's so much that it's like, all right, this is enough to kill him. Yo, you feel it. You feel it until you die. It's not like, oh, fire. You know how movies like gun, bang, boom, the end. Reality doesn't work that way either. It depends on where you're shot. But we're trained to think on, off. It's like, oh no, they're alive. Oh no, fire. Oh, off. That's it. That's the end of them. No, it's not. But regardless of all this, if I told you that the things that you enjoyed most was built off the backbone of slavery, and what you would do is essentially promoting slavery and keeping slavery a functioning business, and that's what you're doing, you may think differently. And you may look at this card game with new eyes that have all the information, not the eyes of step one and step done. These eyes of convenience, they're like sunglasses, and they block out very important things. And we think sunglasses are convenient because it's like, wow, now I can see it. It was hard for me to see before, but now I can see. But real talk, the sun gives us healing energy. And those rays that it gives us life. I mean, the plants need the sun. Animals need the sun. Before we bought all the bullshit with sunscreen and skin cancer, let's go back. It's only 100 years. It's only let's just go back a couple hundred years before all that was a thing. In fact, let's really take a quick time look real quick. Yo, humans have been around for a very long time. Depending on your source, it could be as long as 6,000. Yo, the Sphinx is at least 11,000. Yo, Atlantis was about 13,000. So thousands. Even, I can say, just for the sake of generalizing, a good 50,000 years we've been here. Easily. Skin cancer is new. Yeah, in 50,000 years, in all the indigenous tribes that these motherfuckers lived outside, I mean, they had little places that they would go in to live, obviously. But my point is, these motherfuckers spent the majority of their existence outside. Ain't none of them get cancer. Wow. Holy moly. How strange. So we go from step one to step done, not looking at the shit in between. Okay? Because if you realize the shit in between, this step one to step done is sunglasses. And what it's doing is it's blocking out important shit that we need for our developmental consciousness. Because listen, if you go to step one to step done and you're just simply getting your desire rewarded, you're not going to care about the process. You can look away. But you have to be aware that things ain't that easy. And that there are steps in between. You got to be brave enough to look at those steps. I know you're like, yo, those steps were hidden from me for a reason. Yes, to keep you dumbed down, dog. Don't you want to reach your full potential instead of just what's allowed? Because that's really what it is. They're allowing you to be only up to a certain point. And yo, dog, you may have bigger visions than that. You may not want to feel like this small version of you. It may not be enough. Because, yo, it's not enough for me. I'm trying to get to my max. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I see all the limiting beliefs, all the limiting programs, and I limit them shits. Because that's really, I'm just not about the limitations no more. I may have limitations, but I'm not going to feed them and condense myself into something less than what I am. And you shouldn't either. So please, take off these sunglasses. Literally get in the sun more too, because that's good for you. You know, we live these step one, step done lifestyles where we could do everything from a room and never have to leave that room. Listen, I like being comfortable. I meditate all fucking day in a room. But it's all about balance. So we cannot just be step one, step done. We gotta be the people to make a difference. We have to stop supporting bullshit just because it's invisible. We have to bring those invisible steps into our visibility and not run away from them, not look away because it may make you feel uncomfortable, but to really see what it is. And do not be harsh on ourselves for not being there yet. Listen, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not claiming to be, and I honestly know I'm not even close. All right? I'm filming this right now on an iPhone. Listen, man, I know kids be making iPhones. I know that shit. I shouldn't be supporting this. If it helps, I bought it used. Does that count? Probably not. I need to do better as well. I'm not putting you down. You guys are fucking amazing. Yo, for even taking a moment to look at yourself through the lens of reality instead of these fucking bullshit glasses we wear all the time. Yo, I'm proud of you for doing that. I hope you guys are proud of me for making my steps. If you're not, this I am. You got yourself to be proud of. I got me to be proud of me. I don't need you guys. I don't want to take any of your precious energy away from working on yourself to pat me on the back. Listen, I got a hand right here. I'm doing great, and so are you guys. So, listen, do not fall for the invisible bullshit, okay? Let's start opening our eyes, okay? You got beautiful eyes, by the way. Wow. They shine like a diamond. Yeah, I love y'all. Thank you for everything. I appreciate y'all. Stay woke.